The artificial intelligence industry has a massive, multi-billion-dollar problem. We are literally running out of human data. Every major lab from OpenAI to Google has already scraped the entire public internet. They have consumed every Wikipedia article, have digested every Reddit thread. They have ingested every digitized book in existence. Research institute Epoch AI recently published a startling projection. High-quality human language data will be fully exhausted by the year 2026. That's right. The raw fuel that powered the modern deep learning revolution is drying up fast. Conventional wisdom says this is where the AI scaling laws hit a brutal brick wall. If you cannot feed the model more text, it simply stops getting smarter. But the brightest minds in Silicon Valley are not slowing down. They are completely rewriting the rules of data acquisition. If human data is gone, we will simply manufacture our own. Welcome to the era of synthetic data generation. This is the paradigm shift that will define the next decade of machine learning. We are moving from scraping human knowledge to synthesizing digital intelligence. This is not science fiction. It is happening in server farms right now. Giant parameter models are spending their idle compute cycles generating clean, labeled datasets. They are creating complex mathematical proofs. They are writing millions of lines of proprietary code. They are simulating entirely new physics and chemical environments. The AI is officially beginning to train itself. The data wall is an illusion. We are about to shatter it completely. Let us break down exactly how this technology works under the hood. Traditional training pipelines are messy and highly inefficient. They rely on human annotators clicking through images and tagging terrible internet text. This process is incredibly slow, is ridiculously expensive. It is riddled with human cognitive bias and spelling errors. Synthetic data completely flips this architecture upside down. Engineers now use a massive teacher model to generate highly specialized data. This output is then heavily filtered and aggressively curated. Finally, it is fed directly into a smaller, more efficient student model. This process distills vast general intelligence into laser-focused task proficiency, and NVIDIA recently demonstrated the exact power of this approach. They introduced the Nemotron family of synthetic data generators. These models do not just spit out random conversational text. They generate highly complex, instruction-following datasets. They create multi-turn conversational trees with mathematically perfect logic. They format the output specifically for advanced pipeline ingestion. This creates a closed-loop feedback system. The AI generates the complex problem. The AI generates the precise solution. A secondary verification model grades the accuracy of that solution. Passing grades are added to the training corpus. The failures are permanently discarded. This is autonomous self-improvement happening at absolute silicon speed. We have effectively removed the slow biological human from the critical training loop. But synthetic generation is not a flawless magic bullet. It comes with a massive, mathematically proven risk. It is a phenomenon known as model collapse. Imagine taking a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. With each iteration, the image degrades, the crisp edges blur. Stark contrast fades. The final image is a distorted, unrecognizable mess. The same exact principle applies directly to neural networks. If you carelessly train an AI purely on data generated by another AI, you exponentially amplify its original mistake. The model begins to lose its firm grip on the underlying statistical distribution. It starts hallucinating wildcard facts as absolute objective truth. It forgets the rare edge cases that define complex human reality. Eventually, the entire network collapses into a permanent state of digital dementia. And to prevent this catastrophic failure, top researchers are building hybrid architecture pipelines. We cannot abandon authentic biological human data entirely. Instead, we use it as the ultimate anchor for ground truth reality. The synthetic data provides the massive volume required for bulk parameter scaling. Human data provides the high-fidelity correction signal. Companies like Anthropic are pioneering this exact method with their constitutional AI. They use human engineers to strictly define the behavioral boundaries and core ethical values. The AI then autonomously generates millions of hypothetical scenarios entirely within those strict boundaries. Human supervisors provide the compass. The automated machines manufacture the map. This delicate balance is the only proven way to scale intelligence without losing coherence. We are essentially building a digital immune system against fundamental model degradation. The true endgame of synthetic data is much bigger than just cloning human text. We are moving rapidly toward algorithmic self-acceleration. Consider the historic achievement of Google DeepMind's AlphaZero. It did not learn the ancient strategy game of Go by consuming human master matches. It learned by aggressively playing against itself millions of consecutive times per day. It generated its own massive synthetic gameplay data. It discovered alien strategies that no human mind had ever conceived. We are now actively attempting to replicate that exact self-play dynamic in foundational language models. We want AI to discover entirely new knowledge, not just parrot what we already know. To achieve this, researchers are leveraging massive reinforcement learning environments. We lock the AI in a secure digital sandbox. We give it a live compiler, a specific overarching goal, and a strict reward function. The AI begins writing raw code to solve the targeted problem. If the code fails to compile, it gets a severe negative penalty. If the code executes perfectly, it gets a massive positive reward. It iterates aggressively on this loop millions of times overnight. AI generates millions of complex synthetic code paths. It learns exactly what logic works and what specific syntax fails. This entire process requires zero human intervention. It requires zero human training data. The model is grinding endlessly through millions of simulated failures to find the mathematical ceiling of success. This is exactly how we push beyond human-level reasoning. We let the machine wrestle with raw logic until it forces an absolute systemic breakthrough. Broader implications of synthetic data are frankly staggering. We are no longer bottlenecked by the slow pace of human output. The dreaded data plateau is a complete and absolute myth. Foundational models will not suddenly stop scaling just because they ran out of archived Reddit posts. They will continue to scale massively because they generate infinitely superior datasets internally. This changes the entire projected timeline for artificial general intelligence. If models can autonomously generate pristine training data, verify their own complex logic, and recursively learn entirely through simulated self-play, then the intelligence explosion is not a distant philosophical theory. It is a near-term mathematical certainty. We are aggressively shifting from an era of crawling the public web to a new era of pure computational synthesis. If you are a developer, a startup founder, or simply a tech enthusiast, you absolutely must pay attention. Companies that master these autonomous synthetic data pipelines will absolutely dominate the tech landscape for the next decade. Do not let outdated scaling laws blind you. What is actually happening? The synthetic data revolution is the ultimate silicon cheat code for modern deep learning. We are literally giving machines the ability to dream up their own perfect textbooks, and they are learning significantly faster than we ever originally thought possible. That wraps up today's high-octane deep dive on NeonSync AI. If you want to stay miles ahead of the curve and understand the real mechanics driving the AI revolution, smash that subscribe button right now. Do not get left behind in the digital dust of the past. Activate the notification bell to stay continuously locked into the pulse. Drop a comment below the video. Do you trust an AI that was systematically trained entirely by another AI? We will see you on the technological frontline tomorrow. Let's keep the future